Make.
makeover.
Oh, you love it? Midwife.
Yes,
March.
makeover.
We're recording this is our midlife makeover commitment. Everybody on Happy Health
Yes.
Habits
Yep.
Hour. Yay! No crisis, just
No
makeover.
crisis.
No.
Just makeover.
Mm-mm. So welcome everybody. I don't know if that live worked or not, but if it's gone, it's gone. No big deal. But I just wanted to share with you that congratulations, you are here. You're caring enough to share that you're caring enough about your health that you're here today. So put some loving on yourself because you are
Yes.
here. Everybody give yourself a great big hug right now and a great big high five, right?
I
High
do
five,
that.
great big hug. Optimistic and activistic.
Yeah.
Optimist and
The
activist.
activistic.
That is what we do. We are makeover queens. We are not crisis queens. We remake everything. I love the subject Monday. We upgrade everything. We Where there's a will, there's a way. Where there's a challenge, the obstacle is the way. Where there's a why, there's a way, right? That's who we are. And that's why we are together. Hugs.
Yes, yes.
We are worth it. And you guys are the people that make life
Worth
beautiful.
living.
My nervous system technique, guys. This is really important because you know that gal who wrote "Let Them," Mel Robbins
Right.
and Kate Northrup, all the people. I mean, I can't tell you how many people I follow who are neuroscientists, and they are all talking about this. We have got to learn how to calm down.
Down. Yes.
Yes.
And our nervous systems are embedded with coping mechanisms, right? Habitual thinking, the whole habit finder. So one of the things that I've learned recently, and I follow a bunch of people, but is that figure eight thing that I can
Yes.
follow
Yeah.
in your
Right.
eyes, right? That's one of the things to calm the brain and balance right, left, get the amygdala calm down. By the way, I just named her. She is my enemy. You know how Dave talks about the enemy within? I, you know what? He calls it your enemy within is an it. It's an it. He says it doesn't want you to be successful. It wants the ice
Mm-hmm.
cream in the cart, not
Mm-hmm.
you, right?
It. Mm-hmm.
It wants the ice cream in the cart. It wants the chips in the cart. I love the fact that he calls it
It's.
because I see that as an ego. Like that's my ego, and she's a person. She's a little person. I have all these little people. I have these little age people. I have little people in me, and she is named Amelia, and I don't. Amelia is going to go put her nose in the corner, right? Because now that I'm conscious of
Of
this,
her.
nose in corner, not today. Okay. Be the
Yes.
adult, right? I'm just so getting this. Anywho, what I'm learning is take that figure eight and to calm Amelia down.
Okay.
That was my share for the day. To calm Amelia down, I'm telling, I'm just using this, right? We've done this before and follow with the eyes very slowly. The other thing someone was teaching was taking your fingers and just gently making a figure eight between the first two fingers. Like rubbing your fingers like this, like in a
Oh,
infinity
okay.
infinity
Okay.
symbol, you
Okay.
know. So maybe you're sitting in a meeting. Maybe you're at a doctor's office, right? Maybe you are feeling your fight or flight. Your go system is coming up. You're getting stressed out. So maybe you don't have a place to do, you can't do your havening touch. Like this isn't appropriate, but maybe this is a little bit distracting, this whole thing. This is great, but maybe it's this, and
Mm-hmm.
then breathe. Don't forget to breathe. No shallow breathing. So rubbing the fingers together while deep belly breathing is a really great way to get that coherence, to calm down the voices within. And does that make sense? Belly breathing, five
Yes.
breaths and 5/8, and just count to five like you have five fingers. And it's a great way to calm things down. And I have a client who used that technique in a meeting with a boss who she was really angry at. She said it worked.
Wonderful.
So she silently did this and the breathing in the front of the boss who she just wanted to, "Rawr," and so it worked. So try that. And then, I'll take this off the screen, but remember, we're all trying to balance our self-care, right? So make sure you're keeping track of, are you doing all your self-care things? Because they are all
Mhm.
each important in order to pull off these healthy habits and in the first place, and knowing what our walls of resistance are and our triggers are has been instrumental. I wrote my testimonial today and I wrote it down because I've been trying to tell it to people what I'm getting out of it, but I'm having trouble telling it because I haven't been really clear about what I'm getting. So I liked the activity of writing it. I want to email it to all of you and then you can write your own, because I think it's really profound to actually sit down and think, okay, what am I learning? How am I changing? How am I growing? Like on Monday
Mhm.
night, they were talking about, you know what I mean? It's so profound. Like, so to really, just like you would write your weight loss testimonial, right? Your what your habits of health testimonial, what are you actually getting? How bad was it? What have you learned? What have you learned now? How do you feel now? Like that. It's just simple, but it's profound to write it down. So and then I'll let everybody else share, but one of the biggest thing I got was that I went to battle or war with my habits, like a whack-a-mole game, or a
Good.
like a nailing down jello. Like every day he says you think it's going to be one way and you go to war with this habit and you never win, ever, you can never win. So that is, we can learn now to give that up. Okay, from Monday night
Mhm.
I can learn to give up the war and
Yes.
embrace the thought, feel the thought, and then process the thought and put the ego Amelia in the corner with her nose. Like I'm seeing it all over the place in my life, but mostly when I go to sleep, I'm still trying to fight this unconscious battle. So I'm seeing where there are real stuck places. So if you haven't taken it and you haven't done the courses, I'm now in round 2, at the end of round 2 of my second courses, but I think it is going to take me a year to really make some
Yeah.
Yeah.
lasting differences. So anyway, I'll email you the little template of how to think about your takeaway and your story. And so you can write your own, because I think it was very helpful for me to write my own. So there we go. That's my share for the day and my win and my tip. And let's see, we had last time we talked about we had a laundry list of things we'd love. I know Kathy sent me a recipe, so she has a recipe to share.
Good.
Um, Betty was gonna do her win call takeaway. Yvonne was gonna do win call. Mary was gonna do a fueling hack. So that and let's see, Margot's got inspiration for the day, right?
Yep.
So let's go around and Betty, what you start? Well, no, let's wait. Mary, do you have to? How long do you have today? I know you're under lots of pressure right
No,
now.
I'm good because it's a snow day.
Okay, it's a snow.
Yay!
Good.
Yeah, yeah,
See,
yeah.
good things happen.
We're
I
having
brought,
a blizzard here too. I can't
yeah,
even see out my window. It's crazy.
yeah. It was a God-given snow day, let me tell you.
Yes.
A God give. I know. Sometimes it's a gift, right?
Yes, it
Yep.
is. It
Somebody
is.
saw me doing my relaxation technique on a Zoom one time and they called me out on it and they said, I see you practicing havening. Are you okay? Anyway, Betty, what'd you get? Give us some tips and notes.
Oh, yes. I love those win calls and they're such wonderful, wonderful people. And uh let's see, where I started was um different. It says, do you keep tracking? One thing was tracking. Do you track like how many steps you take? What are your exercises? Besides your food and things like that, tracking was good. And in each one, they always do a health challenge choose, which is real helpful because they do it to the lesson so that it just, I have to hear it over and over to stop and breathe. breathe, breathe.
Belly breathing, not chest breathing.
Yes. And then they said for your, if you're stuck and you're trying to you're doing your eating in 5 and 1s, they said sometimes just even measure your lettuce, measure your carrots, not just measure them with a cup, but use the grams and things like that. That sometimes you're just too little or too much. It's amazing how that. One thing they said too was allow 15 minutes for me only. It's only 1% of your day, but and I'm here like, I don't get it. I don't know what 15 minutes for me daily is. Because I'm a give, give, give.
Mhm.
I don't know what to do with, so I'm thinking about that. That was an interesting one.
No, that's the hardest thing for women when I'm coaching, in
Is it because so if we have a discussion of
yeah, where in this day is there some time for you? Like, can we get 15 minutes in there somewhere? And you can't
what do I
imagine.
do? What do
So
I do for 15 minutes?
To
Sit
me,
and
it's
look at myself?
devotion. To me, it's devotion.
Yeah.
that's very,
But I do that,
Yeah.
but that's because I have so many people that I'm praying for.
Right.
well, what about
And
your,
a friend just wrote up a prayer for a friend that we're praying for, and it was so beautiful. I've kept it. I've started reading it daily for myself. It's a beautiful prayer. But that's when I was like, well, I write my food down. Well,
Mhm.
I I climb up and down steps. I have real it's like, what do? I sew. Isn't that time for me? I don't know. I don't know what 15 minutes of looking at me. I it, it's like, "Ooh, that's kind of spooky, you know?" I don't know if I want to look at me? But that was one of them. I did write down some that we can think about if other people know. I wrote down a few things over the different ones. One lady says on dieting, she says, when I was dieting, I was hating myself trying to get healthy. But now with Optavia, she's loving herself to health. I thought
Mm.
uh, that was a good saying. She's loving herself back to health now by following this and working on the whole life. Um, Another thing, let the obstacle be the way through. So don't let it stop you, but use that to carry you through. One guy said he tells people, "No, I'm not having that right now," and people are usually good. No, um, self. Okay, now here's it. This should answer my question, but it doesn't. Self care is not selfish, and use the fueling for grab and go, which I do that. Don't fear criticism, accept it as constructive feedback. So, and if you feel like someone's criticizing you, what are some things you could do so you don't get, I'm not, to think, maybe question them or, oh, that's an interesting idea. Why do you think that, and stuff like that. If it's something that's totally against what you're doing, just say, I don't do that. That's not accept, I can't do that. Um,
Mhm.
and then one thing, this is from the lady heads a grief council at church, but they have a saying, dear, DEER, and she said it fits into us, Optavia, because it's drink water, eat, exercise, and rest. And so she could use that and with the grief fill in some of our philosophies here with us. And she said it made a big difference for a lot of the ladies there. So she's running the class. So I thought that was interesting. But just to remember, dear, drink water, eat correctly, rest, or exercise and rest. So there was so much there. And then one lady mentioned a book too. Why We Sleep.
This is a big loaded call, or is this several calls?
Oh, no, this is over the week.
Oh, okay.
Because I listen. So I just picked up. Oh no, I have pages, honey.
Favorite
I
parts.
just
Okay.
picked out a few, and then I'll end with this. But there's a book, and I didn't get the author, but Why We Sleep, and she said it helped her so much because, like you and I, she's not a sleeper. She said it helped her a lot, and especially to get the reasons why it's good for us to rest. For me, it's like, well, you're not working. If
Oh
you're
yeah. So yeah, reading the sleep chapter is great because then you go,
Yes.
okay, here's
Yeah.
reasons
Yeah, that
why.
was yeah, and she was talking on that, and she said this book also, Why We Sleep, um, helped go into it, so I just thought that maybe I can pick that up someday. So,
Mhm,
but
mhm.
oh, and there's a whole bunch more.
Yeah,
Call
it's
me
a
up
big
if you wanna know.
big element that sleeping helps you with your fat burning hormones for
Oh, yeah.
people. If you read that in there, you just go, really?
Yeah, fat, smarter,
Right.
it more energy. You can do your exercises because you have more energy. It's really amazing.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
yes.
Wow, those are great shares, Betty. Woo. Who got a
Yes.
takeaway for Betty?
Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you.
I got a couple. I
Oh,
love
good.
deer. And I'm not having that right now. That sounds like Mari. I don't eat that. Having that right
Yes.
now. It's a little nice. It's just a little
Yeah.
different.
Yes. I'm not
Thanks,
And
eating
you're
that
Betty.
right now.
handling your week well. You're keeping your emotions in the bumpers.
Pretty good. I have someone today who is not doing well, and then but I've gotten a win call in. I've got this in. I've got Dr. Michelle calling at 2:30. So I'm taking care of myself, even though I'm a little bit on edge, just because someone else is not happy today. So
When we find that someone around us is a little bit on edge, what happens to us?
We take it on.
Yep.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we're all energetic beings, we get affected by each other. So
Yeah.
it's important that if you're around him and he's agitated, or whoever it is,
Yeah.
that your energy and you're calming yourself down with
Yeah.
breathing, doing your little techniques, whatever you do to stay calm will affect their energy.
Yeah. And
It's
that
yeah,
is. And
it's
I
a
know
co
just coming here when I sat down right before Phyllis came on, I sit down and here's my shoulders up here. Oh,
Yep.
and start breathing them down. That's before anyone, just Phyllis and I were on it. But see, it's because you guys cue me. I hope I cue you sometimes. So
Mhm.
It's nervous system coherence. It's a thing,
yeah,
and especially with women, right? Because we get our hormonal hit by being here with each other, right? This is a good hormonal thing. So,
yes.
how about
Yeah.
you, Mary? What or Yvonne? What do you got? Do you have some tips or takeaways from the week, your win call weeks, or your
Well, I had a takeaway because you placed me in a situation that I am not accustomed to. And
She's blaming me.
So the same
I
thing like it happened to me. It's not
I know by nature I'm an introvert, and I'm good with that. I'm better with one-on-one. So when we had our call last Wednesday morning, and you said, Yvonne, I want you to do this. And that was to share what
You're
we were talking about, two things that we were talking about. So that took me way up there, and I had to breathe myself back down. So Monday, I'm looking in at the chat, and I
Somehow
see
I touched
Yvonne
something I
will be
shouldn't.
speaking next. And I'm like, okay.
My video
So
has
I
stopped.
share in this massive group of people, even though I'm here in my apartment alone, this is a group.
Yes.
Yeah.
So when it was that group, I was about to panic. And I said, okay, you were asked to do this, so do it. And so I shared the win that I had, that I am now below 180 pounds, which is the first time that I've seen below 180 pounds in 30 years.
Wow.
That was
Yeah.
something more to
In
share.
30 years. And if it wasn't for this group, and if it wasn't for Amy, and my sister is a part of this group as well, she's the one that gave me the invite to this. I get to a point where I stay stationary. I won't go over a certain amount, but my body was telling me enough, because everything is starting to, not the numbers. And also, I am type 2 diabetic. I did a finger prick, and my glucose number that morning was 103,
Whoa.
which has not been that way in a long time. My blood pressure, I found out for my age, no, not everybody has 120 over 80 blood pressure.
Yeah.
For my age, it's like in the 130s. My blood pressure has been 123 over 77 for the last 4 doctor appointments.
Well, good. Wow.
And that's my goal. My goal is really not the scale. My goal is my numbers. And I'm seeing a result in my numbers.
Your general health.
General health.
Yeah.
I'm
Wow.
wearing a knee brace because the weight on my knee,
Yeah.
I injured the knee, but the weight on it only magnified it. In February, I went to Atlantic City. Last year, I went to Atlantic City. I was using a cane. This year, I went to Atlantic City, no cane. A brace, yes, but no cane. Walking to the casino, shopping, all of that, no cane.
Good for you. Good for
Awesome.
you. That is so good.
So now I'll go back into my little corner and my little box.
We were blessed. Thank you.
Thank you.
I see why I was like, Yvonne, you've got to share this, right?
Yes.
Because so profound. And how do you feel? I know in the moment you did, just so you know, whoever was there on Monday, did she look like panicked?
No,
I know.
no.
No, we would never have known.
I was the
You did-
one on panic.
What?
I was the one on panic,
Oh,
but no, we did not.
I am so proud of you, Yvonne. You were eloquent, you were well spoken, you said you didn't appear to be nervous at all. And she told me, she texted me after, I was so uncomfortable. Remember the bubbles, guys? Growth only happens outside the comfort zone. You can't grow in your jammies and you have to get out and get uncomfortable and then you grow, right?
And that rings in my head. That
Yeah.
rings when you said that after I did that rang in my head. I had an appointment today with the chiropractor because my body is just and the courage, because it took me a lot of courage to do that.
Yeah.
But this is teaching me you have the courage to do and defeat any obstacle.
Yeah.
So it's the little things, even the little things with the fingers and the breathing.
Mhm.
Because by nature, I can sit in my house from one end of the month to the other end of the month and never open that front door, and I'm a happy camper. But I'm learning to
To get out. Good.
get out and be good with getting out.
And you know what I love? You just said, I'm learning. I'm learning.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's a healthy thing. Dave, my own coach caught me on that this week. He said, do you mean I said something, I'm not good at, or I'm still sucking at. You mean you're learning? Oh, yeah, right? Right?
Your coach is phenomenal. I
Yeah.
see why you're good. He is
David is my
Yeah.
coach.
Yes.
he
Good.
is great.
One of my coaches. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, I can see why you coach the way you do, because he's good.
Yeah.
And he's all your coaches, and he's kind of the leader of the ring. So we have access to him whenever we want. But Yvonne, he was thrilled. Everyone was thrilled. Everyone was inspired.
Yes.
Girl, high 10. You did awesome.
I know. I couldn't get on to see, so but I got on to listen, and just listening to hear you and Yvonne and Roxy, it was just, I know these people. It was just
Ah,
everyone was good, but you guys were phenomenal. You were the best of all of them. It was just good to hear.
Thank
Yes,
you.
but it really was just to hear you. And I have, but she's saying, I'm thinking, yep, that was Yvonne. And I checked, yep, that's what you said on Monday. So I was checking you.
We had so many people on there. We dominated, and it was
Yeah.
fantastic. I love Dr. Sharon too. She does a great job.
Yeah.
But yeah, we dominated. I'll send the recording in the chat or on the email.
Yeah.
But thank you very much for the share and reminding everyone that growth only happens outside your
Outside
comfort
your
zone.
comfort zone.
If you're uncomfortable, just know I'm growing. Yay! Celebrate, you're growing. I'll put a graphic in the chat. Do you guys know how to use this chat feature on our meetings? Do you know how to get stuff? Okay. I'll put a graphic in there. I know, Kathy, you brought a recipe.
It's
I'll I'll snag the recording and put it in here. And then do you guys want the recipe on Optimal Life in the Facebook chat group or in Optimal Life from Kathy? Do you want it on the chat? How do we want to do that?
it is in Optavia. It's on that. That's where I got it, off the Lean and Green recipes.
Okay.
So it is already in there if you have access to that site.
Okay. Or should we just share it here?
Or you can share it. But it was really good. It's called sheet pan chicken piccata. And you just put everything on a sheet pan. It was so easy and it tasted delicious.
I need that one.
Yeah. Did you like it?
I didn't try it, but it sounds like something I need, because I don't. Okay. I need to learn to cook.
Good for you. Good for you.
Rewind. I want to learn to cook.
Yeah.
I want to learn to cook.
Good.
Good.
Awesome.
Good.
Yeah, and my husband liked it too, so that was a big plus as well.
So where could I
that's
find
great.
that?
Should we put it in the chat group?
Yeah, if you can put it in the chat, that would be easy. But
Okay.
like I said, it is on the I found it on Optavia.
Yeah, it looks fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Thank you, Kathy. Do you have a share of the week too, that you want to share?
Well, I did that Lifeline screening. I don't know if you know what that is. Like, you can go in and have a bunch of tests done. And I do it every couple years. And my cholesterol was like at 136, which is like the lowest it's ever been. So, and my good cholesterol was good and my bad cholesterol was good. So I was happy with that.
Awesome.
Good. That's good.
That is fantastic. Good for you. That must feel like $1 million.
Yes. Yeah. She said,
And
boy, you rated it great in all these categories. So it was like, okay, I'm happy.
That's awesome, girl. Are you staying in your emotional zone here this week? Are you good?
Pretty good. Yeah, we had a couple deaths. A family, not a family member, but a good friend, who was going through chemo the same time Bob was, and actually I went to high school with this gal, and it was her husband, and we ended up being in the clinic at the same time, and he passed away. So it's been a little
Oh.
emotional. Been a little emotional. His funeral was yesterday, so just
Yeah,
kind of
so-
dealing with that. But otherwise, I've stayed pretty good.
Well, thank you. We're all inspired to make the chicken piccata, and you're doing well with your emotional management. So bravo. High 10, high 10. Mary, tell us about you got some pressure going on, and so you're getting yourself in the zone, and I think you had a hack to share too, right?
Sure. I put the recipe in the healthy habits already. It was just a picture. I literally, just play with your fuelings, especially Phyllis, with you starting new, and Sarah, if you don't cook, or Yvonne, if you guys don't cook, I mean, play with your fuelings. Literally, this morning I'm bored. It's a snow day and I needed to get some healthy snacks for taking to work tomorrow. So I literally threw an oatmeal, what was it? I had an oatmeal, a pancake, and a cinnamon roll cake mix. Threw them in a bowl together. I added 1 egg. I've got chickens. I'm constantly using eggs up, and that keeps it moist. Really, if you can count it off of your protein, but it's 1/3 of an egg. So it's not going to kill you, or you could do all egg whites. I added a 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder, and then add cinnamon, do whatever you like. I did vanilla maple. The whole recipe's there. Put it in 3 little glass bowls. I like to cook everything in my air fryer, and I have 3 healthy muffins for grab and go.
Good.
And taking that oatmeal makes it a little more substantial. I like the cinnamon roll cake mix or the pancake mix because it makes it a little lighter. And then by the time you literally just add that little bit of baking powder and an egg, and I never measure. I always measure with my heart, but this morning it took me about 4 tablespoons of water to get a nice muffin consistency. And now I have 3 grab and go muffins, but you need that little baking powder to get the loft. Super easy. But
Share
yeah,
that Optimal Life Group too. That looks absolutely
sure.
fabulous.
And if you're counting condiments, that baking powder is a condiment. It is that 1/3 of an egg. And again, you could do egg whites, but and I do stuff like that all the time. Grab whatever you want. If you want to make cookies, I'll grab a chocolate pudding, I'll grab a brownie, I'll grab a cookie mix, sometimes an oatmeal, grab 5 different packages. And then literally to measure them out evenly, put it on your food scale, zero it out with your container, and then I would sit with my 3 little bowls and keep adding a little more batter once those were zeroed out, and I got 3 even muffins. So it's, 3 perfect fuels.
That's
Yep.
awesome.
That's
You just
very
on
good.
the
How
measuring.
long did you cook it in the air fryer?
I did the cake category. I think it was like 8 minutes, maybe 9 minutes. They're little glass bowls, so they heat up.
It's
Yeah,
not like
my air fryer has little icons. I think it was like 330 degrees for like 8 minutes, but I just hit the little icon on my air fryer and it'll be like cake, fish. But I'm pretty sure it was like 330 degrees. I use my air fryer all the time I either waffle or air fry. Even when you make the cookies, throw it on a piece of parchment paper, throw it in the air fryer, they cook better. Microwaving stuff for me doesn't do it. I think it kills some of the nutrition, and they always turn out gummy, I think.
I agree.
Love it. I am so enamored with what you do, and even taking oatmeal and putting it in the dash and making an oatmeal bread. I love that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Today I had a new thing I've never done before. I put this in the chat here in our Zoom. I used my cheese biscuit mix because I ended up with
Yep.
too many of those boxes, and I put chicken broth and just extra spices that I, that I like a chicken soup spice, and I made cheese soup, cheese biscuit
Awesome.
soup, and it was
Yeah.
great.
Yes, it is. Good.
Ate it up today. So
Rather
yeah,
than eating the potatoes, literally add more water. And I make the potatoes into potato soup all the time. And then add your favorite Mrs. Dash spices, a little chicken bouillon, whatever you want. But I do it
Okay.
as potato soup 90% of the time.
Okay.
Wow.
That's good.
Yep.
and I
It's
made a
it's
mess.
more filling and you're getting extra water.
Yeah, yeah. The extra water
Okay.
makes. I eat this potatoes for breakfast or mac and cheese almost every day.
Yeah.
But anyway, so well, let's put those in Optimal Life too, because Mary, and I love how you wrote the little recipe on the picture. That was brilliant. That was really, really good.
Yeah, the one egg is kind of, I noticed up in the shadow a little bit of the bowl, but that first thing is one egg.
Okay.
Yeah, that is fantastic. Thank you so much, Mary. You are the bomb. And you're handling your pressure well. Just remember to breathe and just say no and stay in your lane.
Yep.
Yep.
Yep, and it is what it is. I've just, temporarily, we just had a shortage at work. So, that changed my lovely 4 days a week to today, 6 days, this week, 6 days a week. Thank you, God, for the snowstorm today. So now I'm back to 5. My shift changed from my lovely 8 a.m. to being there at 4:45 a.m. So that messes with your sleep and attitude and yeah, but you just learn to breathe and fight through and then, become more aware of, okay, I can feel that ick. I mean, yeah. And then, some new forms fell in there and yeah, the first day I did not get out of my chair from I think 6:30 a.m. till after 10:30, which meant I could not be drinking. I had not ate because it was next, 6 people behind in line all the time. You
Yeah.
couldn't grab a bite and, but I could breathe. I could pray. I could smile. I could just keep telling yourself one thing at a time, and I can choose that attitude no matter what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Stop. You can challenge your attitude and choose it all the time. That's
Yeah.
fantastic.
Yep.
Love it. Love it. But thank you so much. Hi, 10. Hi, 10. That's so awesome, Mary. Oh, you're such an inspiration. You could choose your attitude and choose to pray. Choose
Yep.
calm it, keep it calm. That's awesome. I want to just welcome Carissa and just shout out to her. Thank you for coming. I'm so glad you're here. I know she doesn't normally come and doesn't love, like Yvonne, doesn't love groups and she's normally not available. So she's growing and stretching right now just by being here. So awesome, Carissa. Good job. And by the way, she is at a weight that she hasn't been in a long time. And for a long, long time. And she lost a mom recently. And she actually is rocking 5 and 1 and losing weight consistently now again newly. And so she's really on fire. So and she did the habit finder and she's really learning and growing from that as well. So she's
Good.
just a little bit in the shadow. So we congratulate you. Hugs. We love you. Glad you're here. Celebrate you and encourage you. Tanya, how long you got today, girl? You
I
are you
need to go. I was hoping you were gonna jump to me next because I need to go.
got to get a couple stitches today, so that was her learn.
Yeah, they were
Your
supposed to
win,
come out today, but this snowstorm made that so it's not gonna happen, but they'll come out tomorrow.
what was your win and your learn this week besides the debacle with the stitches?
My win for the week I have made the walking challenge every single day. Windy weather, warm weather, you name the weather, I made the walking challenge every single day, inside, outside, you name it, I did it.
Awesome.
I've made every win call. I've made the both Monday night calls. I'm here today. Yay. What else? Let's see.
One win call a day or two? Betty, are you doing two or one?
Some days 2, some days 1, and then some days I can't. So that's why I
You,
try to
Tanya,
double up.
you're hitting one win a day?
I'm hitting one win a day, yes.
Okay, raise your hand if Tanya is smoking you.
Yeah.
Tanya, you're leaving us all in the dust.
Yes.
Hey, I gotta stay with the community to stay in line here. Otherwise, I'm gonna be off
Yeah.
the path again and
She's
heading
trying
the
to-
wrong direction. And I'm already struggling with that. So the community is where I need to be.
Yes.
You're not struggling, you're doing what you're learning.
Right. I'm learning,
You're
learning.
and
Yes.
holding on to your community like with fingernails, right? And isn't it
Yes.
helping? Isn't it helping?
Yes. And I'm going to get my life book out and beat my head with it.
And she's even got a gal who works privately with her on the neuro-emotional kind of reprogramming, embedding this. She's got some embeddedly deep
And
traumas, right?
I just started this week I've been going through something called the tapping forum.
Yes.
So I did that this week. Almost every day I started with the tapping forum, so that's something new to me. That's become very interesting.
Yeah, just a way to retrain the nervous system that helps.
Yeah.
Retrain that. Yeah, it's not wackadoodle, it's just science. It's just neurology, guys. So it's not woo-woo. It's not like calling on spirits or anything. So it's just neurology, and it's good because you've got deep-seated traumas in there that need to come out of your brain.
Yep.
Bravo, bravo. You are just killing it. I'm just so proud of you. I want to cry every time I
And I've been posting some stuff into Optimal Health, so
I saw that. Grow meant what? What was your last one? Grow was GROW.
get rid of old ways.
Get rid of old ways. That was a good one.
Yep.
Thank you, Tanya. Thanks for being a great role model. We should all look up to you right now. So
You're welcome.
Keep going. You got this. How about you? Oh, Holly is on. Oh, welcome, Holly. I'm glad you're here. This is Sharon's friend, Holly. She's in our walking challenge, and she is just visiting today. So I'm excited to see she popped on. So welcome, welcome. Phyllis, do you have a share from day 6, or Roxy? Phyllis, what's your day 6 share early on in this? What's your win?
I'm just happy that I've been able to stick to the program. And I worked the last 2 days. I'm retired, but so that was a little different for me. But these proteins really helped me. I didn't get hungry, standing all day and everything. So I'm thankful for that. And
not being hungry.
I watched Habit for Health, where he was explaining the results of our test we took. And one lady had lost 50 pounds and then kind of was off for a little bit and gained 10. But what his advice to her was to focus on the positive, like, you've lost the 40, like, don't focus on the 10 that you gained, but you lost the 40 and you're working on it. And so I thought of a scripture that kind of relates to that is, as you think in your heart, so shall it be, or something. So I think your thinking is really important. But there's a lot more that I need to learn about all this stuff, but that's what I got.
I love it that she brought in a scripture because we didn't assign one this week, but that's a great one. As you, what was it? As you're thinking.
As a man thinketh, so is he.
Yeah, that was a great one.
Thanks.
Great scripture.
Was that
That's a
Mary?
great.
Was that Mary that said the verse?
I think it was Yvonne.
As
Oh.
you think,
As
you
a man thinketh, so is he.
So
Yeah.
is
Hey,
he.
way to go. Way to
Yes.
go.
Thank you for calling on that at the last minute. That's awesome. Let's see. Okay, so congratulations. I am so proud of her. You guys, day 6, and she's even already done Habit Finder and been on with Dave. Come on.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's good.
That's
Very good.
Awesome.
awesome. Roxy, how about you?
I always find myself, difficult to find a win. Even if if I think about it really hard, it's like probably a good wins happen in my life, but I can really see it. So when somebody asks me suddenly, I'll be like, nothing happened. So I do what I said Monday, but it surprised me. Like he asked that to me, and I don't even remember what I said, but I was lost. So all the time, it's not something really big. I can consider it a win. I don't know why I think like that, but I think a win is like done.
So did you just say if it's not big, you don't consider it a win?
I don't, not exactly a big, but I don't notice them, the small things. I don't know.
Do you remember NSV means non-scale victories? And non-scale victories, no matter how small, are like pennies in a piggy bank. They add up, right?
Yeah. Yeah, but I can't see any at all. So it's not that I don't have them. I don't know. I need bigger glasses.
We'll
For-
dig back.
Yeah,
We'll dig
for,
back into
for
your
her,
habit.
for her, I wrote down on Monday that Roxy wrote about her walking and the fact that when others do it, she sees it, she's inspired to do it. Those are big wins. Those are wins for me too, to hear you say that you're out there walking. Remember when she fell down, she picked herself up, she was out walking, she fell in her driveway and she still kept walking. Those are wins for me. But that was it for Monday, was you were talking about your walking. So
Yeah, that's the only thing that I came to my mind. But yeah, I thought like it was a win for everybody. I want to go to have something special, but I didn't have. I couldn't find it at the moment.
oh no.
I said, okay, that's my basic win. But
Everybody go back and watch Roxy because she was unconscious when she gave her testimonial. Monday, I put the video in there and it's also in the Optimal Life group. She was unconsciously talking, but you did a brilliant job. That's what's so
Yes.
funny about Roxy is like she's constantly on live
Way
doing
to
her live
go.
recipes. She's at her stove in her kitchen and she's always live on. She has all these great things she's doing. And then you ask her what she is nothing. She's completely
yeah, I'm lost. Like my brain is somewhere.
she's completely unconscious of her prowess, right?
Yeah.
Like you are a queen, rock star. So we're gonna figure out how to get you to Dave in Spanish so that you can understand your habit finder test more, because I think that will be very revealing for you, like why you do that to yourself, because it's a stuck habit of thinking. So let's try to find Carrie to interpret for you, because I think that will really help you.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, what he was saying about it, and I was taking notes about, how these things happened, how we are not conscious about our
On Monday?
Yes, that's what I take, like a lot of notes, but I want to share something.
Yes, please.
Because our habits of thinking, we don't create them. They're already inside. So it seems like with this program, we are able to rebuild them, and that's why we can stop them. That's what he said, because when we see them and we are conscious about why we do things, we can practice the stop, challenge, and choose.
Mhm.
And I really like this phrase. They says, we always have two doors, and one requires a key with the good habits, and the other one is we can enter effortlessly. And so the like Jesus said, the wide door, we used to go with no effort, right? And so that's what I associated in my brain with what Jesus said, these words. And we always have to be a little put a little more effort in going into this the narrow way. So yeah, that really impacted me how easy it's just do things because we don't even know where they come from, but we just do it, like put ice cream on the cart and for me like pastries, and I just get a little bread here. Like to spoil myself, that's what I think, but I'm not really spoiling myself. I'm hurting myself. But yeah, that was very interesting. And it also says if we practice something and over and over, we change to we can change and we can start think differently. So if so, and then our brain creates a new neural pathway. I think that's it.
Yes.
So that was amazing. I was like, oh, okay, sounds good. That's why, as this program works, because we said we only walk a little bit, 20 minutes, but over the month, suddenly our body's asking it for this move. So that's
Yep.
amazing. I just love it. And also to end my notes, I got more, but I like this, like nobody is broken. Or nobody maybe is broken or are broken. I don't know.
Nobody's broken.
No one is broken. So I said, like, okay, we're not broken. We still can reframe our life. That's all.
We're not oh, Roxy, you got way more out of Monday than I did.
She's good.
I hope I'm improving my English. Well, I have big notes, so I was really.
I think that's alive in Spanish. That was great. You just taught the class.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yes.
So all this nerve system stuff and the tapping, right? All the things that we learn, it's all about neuro rewiring our nervous system, our neuro reprogramming. So it's a thing. It's real. It really is real. It works. And I wouldn't be here today if I hadn't learned that 5 years ago when I started doing some of this work deep dive. I would never have learned that we could have neural repatterning in our brain. I knew it as a chiropractor. I knew you could do it in your body physically, but I didn't know you could do it in your brain. I've known about remyelination and neural patterning and whatever for back pain and all the things in the spine, but I didn't know how much impact we could have here. So keep working at it. Every time you stretch, you're creating a new neural pathway. Holly, I'll get to you after this. Margot, what about you? What's your win and learn? And you have inspiration time.
Okay. Couple of things. The first one is I love the new Monday night format, the Let's Talk format. I have been asking for the last several years, I wanted it to be more about education. And that's what it is. It's not all about coaching and going on trips and all. It's about how we just get better at who we are and what we're doing. So I love that.
Get real.
Yeah. And Yvonne, I want to congratulate you because when I started out with the idea of losing weight and it wasn't going the way I wanted it to. But the things that I got were lower blood sugar, lower blood pressure, more energy. And all of a sudden I started to realize those were the things that were more important to me. And if I did them and kept up with them, the rest would follow. And it did. I lost 110 pounds in 11 months. So it's there. So you keep that mindset going because it's your health that is the most important.
Mhm.
And as far as Monday night is concerned, the simple truths that he spoke, like
Mhm.
good habits are the key to success. Bad habits are the key to failure. How simple is that? And to remember that, and going through life with your eyes wide open. The only one you fool if you're not doing that is yourself.
Yes,
And the,
I loved that.
and the other was to look back at your original why and look at what your why would be today, because chances are it has changed, it has flourished, and it is growing. So look at redoing your why. It was a great Monday night. It was the greatest joy in life is living your authentic self. You are a gift to yourself that you give every day. And that was another real key one. So I loved it. I thought it was really talking about who you are and what you can accomplish for yourself, and not constantly putting yourself down, but pushing yourself up and pushing yourself forward, because you are the best you can be when you allow yourself to be.
Which is why I think they should call it let's talk, but let's get real. Because it's really
Yeah.
about being real, being authentic, I
Yeah.
like let's talk, but let's get real. Like, let's talk, let's get real here. Be
Yeah.
real.
Yeah.
Reality is, right?
Yeah, it really does. And it's given me more in just a couple of programs like that than I've gotten in a long time.
And Craig Blanchett, and it's just yummy. I just love Monday nights. But Mari couldn't come, but she says hello, and I put a picture in of her. She posted, and very bravely posted, she and her husband. And this was a very brave post on her own that I was thrilled to see. And like Yvonne moment, it was panic, but she did it. So
Oh yeah,
go back
and
go back and
Yvonne,
comment on her post.
walk out that door, because you have so much to offer everyone that is on the other side of it.
Amen.
When you lock yourself away, we don't get to know you, to see you, and there's a lot there to get to know. So you got to go out the door.
Thank you.
Amen.
It was a
Yep.
great
Yes,
day.
thank
Be
you.
bold, be brave, and take the risk. And if they are, if what's on the other side of the door isn't ready to accept you, that's their loss.
Yeah.
Absolutely their loss. You just do it and say, look out, world, here I am. This is me, take it or leave it, and keep
Thank
going the way
you.
you're going.
Yeah.
Be large and in charge of your own life, right?
Yep.
Thanks
Yeah.
for I put a Proverbs in. I don't think it was the one that you said, Phyllis, but I put it in there anyway.
And real quickly, if I was the victim of a hack this week,
Oh, no.
I found,
Oh.
I'm trying to learn how to eat different things. And one of those things is cottage cheese. Not my favorite, but I need the protein and I need the weight. So I found this recipe that was great with cottage cheese and blueberries. And it's like almost like a frittata bake. And so I sent it out to a couple of people. Well, I found out not only did it go out to a lot of people, but several other recipes. I suppose if I'm going to be hacked on anything, better recipes than some other things that it could be. I've been hacked before with some not so nice stuff. So,
Yeah.
but I got to T-Mobile, got it taken care of, and it's cleaned up. But if you all of a sudden got a whole bunch of recipes from me, that was it. I wasn't sending any particular message other than the cottage cheese and the blueberry frittata.
That's a time where we need to use our nervous system calming techniques.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Well, love you very much. Thank you, Margot. I'm glad that you got through that with flying colors. And I did like the recipe the hacker sent, but what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Anyway.
Well, if there were some that you like, good, but
Yeah.
You know, I think the only healthy one was the cottage cheese and
I knew it wasn't
blueberries.
Margot. I knew it was a hacker immediately. So, but it's all right. Well, I love you guys.
Thank
And
you.
I've got your
Yeah.
love you,
inspiration.
ladies, from the bottom of my heart. We love you. So next time, who wants to bring what?
Margot wants to read the inspiration.
You want inspiration?
No, Margot,
Well,
Margot
I just
has
said,
one.
don't forget the inspiration.
Margot has one for us today.
Yeah,
Okay, what is it?
ready? It's strength. I am resilient and strong. You are stronger than you know, and every challenge is an opportunity for growth. You have enough strength to conquer your darkest fears. Every step you take brings you one step closer to your goals. Keep moving forward. You are capable of achieving greatness. Look at what you feel your biggest strength is and see how you can use it to help you grow.
Very
Very
good.
good.
We are growing.
We are
And I
strong.
have to tell you, I select these before Mondays. I typically on the weekend, and it seems every single week it tends to flow with whatever Monday night was or what our discussion of the day was. So
Wonderful.
it's manna from heaven that's coming down and giving us another little push.
We're all in sync. We're all in sync. So that's where it's coming from. We're all in energetic sync. So stay
Yeah.
connected, stay plugged in, and you'll make it through anything, right?
Yes.
Love you. Appreciate you.
Yeah.
We'll talk soon.
Bye
Yeah,
bye.
be healthy, wealthy,
Love you guys.
healthy,
Bye.
wealthy, and
Thank
safe
you.
and wise.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.